Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago, and across the globe. Welcome to Real Talk Corner. Hadassa, how are you?
Hi, I am fine, thank you. How are you, Esther?
Oh, yes, this evening. What a glorious Tuesday evening on this beautiful Tuesday evening, the 17th day of March in the year 2026. Welcome each and everyone to Real Talk Corner. I'm your host, Dr. Esther Cruickshank, and joining me, I am so happy you see me starting this live laughing. It's because my co-host is with me, my bubbly darling. That's a Charles McLeod. Listen, I have a song to sing earlier, but let us welcome our viewers, and let me get my co-host to welcome our viewers before I say, UNC say take it easy. We will do the work. PNM. You don't have to wild up yourself. Don't wild up all yourself. UNC say take it easy. We will do the work.
And it's so what I like to
PNM, don't
wild up
wild up all
myself.
yourself. Don't wild up all yourself. We come in. My darling co-host, how are you doing?
Oh my gosh, well, I am sponging off of your very good mood. So I am in excellent spirits. Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome to another episode of Real Talk Corner. It is great to be on. I am excited to talk about all the good things that are happening in Trinidad and Tobago because that is what happens under a UNC government. Every week there is good news on unlike when we was under that horrible Grouch Rowley, and every
Functional.
week was bad news. So now I am happy to be here because it's been smooth sailing and it's been wonderful to watch a competent government in action. So yeah, we have a lot to talk about. Esther, my love, how are you doing?
Girl, I am exhausted, but let me tell you, there is an energy because I'm going to say some things, and I'm happy. You hear us just saying, UNC say, take it easy, we will do the work. PNM, you don't have to wild up yourself. Please don't wild up all yourself. Let me say something to Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. Know your damn place. Know who you're talking to and about. Okay? You can't call our Prime Minister no Jamet. Who is the real Jamet is you. You know what is the meaning of Jamet? I don't understand these people. Oh, that's how you know they say. Hurting people is like to hurt people. But he can't hurt our Prime Minister. These PNM people hurting. They wasn't expecting to lose the election. They wasn't expecting to lose the pocketing of the money. So they're hurting, and don't talk about penniless. Penniless, my prime minister don't have to answer to you for nothing. Yes, you are a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, but you are one that she don't have to answer to. You fast and you're out of place. The whole clique of you all you need to tie all yourself up with some rope and jump somewhere. Jump over the ocean, do something, but stop pretending to be concerned about the citizens of this country, because for a decade you all have suffered the people, you all have ride on their backs, you all have done all the wicked things possible that could have been done to the people on the ground. And I'm not talking about you hypocrites. All right, let me change that. I get licks for this already. Yeah? Those nice PNM people who support the PNM, I'm not talking to you all, okay? You all didn't suffer. You all have gotten jobs. You got contracts. Your pocket full. You're happy. But hear what? I didn't get nothing. So I will talk about them. And many others didn't get anything. Many others had business when the PNM came into power in 2015 and lost their business. Okay? So we have to talk, and we will continue to talk. And we are saying, I am saying, don't be fast and out of place. Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. Would you call your wife a Jamet? Would you call your daughters Jamet? Who the hell is you to call our Prime Minister a Jamet? You know what is a Jamet? I think you're talking about yourself. I wouldn't say what is a Jamet. Go in the dictionary for those of you who don't know and find out and see who and what is a Jamet. But I never, this man is the most promiscuous woman man it have that you could ever find. And he want to call our Prime Minister a Jamet? Please leave that woman who is turning this economy around. It's hurt all you're hurting so. You're sorry you can't get what you have to get. All your lies are being exposed day after day. All your lies are being exposed. And Trinidadians are no longer dumb and stupid. Well, at least for the most of us. If some of you all are, trust me, most of us are not. And we seeing with our eyes, we hearing with our ears. We ain't seeing with our behinds and hearing with something else. Okay? So try your best. You're out of government. You say you're retiring. Why you don't go somewhere in the I don't know, where to tell him to go, Hadassa? Where to tell him to go?
I don't know, back to Tobago and feed his sheep.
Tobagonians don't want him there. He should go in the Middle East. Since you want something to do, go in the Middle East. Go and fight war, man. And leave us here alone. You left us here. Listen, you resign and you put Stuart Young. Right? You put your people in the hands of Stuart Young to finish us out. It didn't get to happen because their own ego does make them do foolishness. Okay? Go somewhere and rest yourself. You don't find that you had enough. You don't find that you took enough from the citizens. All you find, all you rip this country apart enough, bring it down to nothing enough, and now you want to talk? And listen, they talk about, if you recall, UNC is thief. When you talk about UNC and PNM, you're talking about a people, all right? And you're referring to the UNC as the Indian people because it says an Indian party, but it have plenty Africans now. The PNM supposed to be African party, but it have plenty Indians. I want to bring this to some of your attention. The Indians in the PNM are well taken care of, right? And they just pretend to love them, right? But they don't take care of the African people. The PNM don't take care of the African people. And some of them may say, listen, I see some comments. They call me stupid nigger. They call me Bamsileka. They call all kind of stuff. So who are the Indians in the PNM? What they are? The Indians who bad talk, they own their UNC. What they are? They're Bamsileka too? Or you're just so foolish and stupid because you all wouldn't come to the reality that the African people are not liked by the PNM. It's supposed to be a PNM party, but they don't give a damn about you all. They will cause us to suffer. They will take whatever we get. And we ain't get it from them, we get it from the UNC. All right? And they'll come to take it. And then they will talk their nonsense. It has so much Indians. We want to talk about race. You know how much Indians it have in the PNM? So what is the big problem? We are all citizens of Trinidad and Tobago and free to join whichever party, political party we want to join. Whether it's the church arena, whether it's the cult arena, whatever it is. People are free to do what they want to do. Even God gave us freedom to make choices, to serve him, to love him back as he loves us or not. And he don't tell us all those foolishness. If we run back to him, his arms is wide open to receive us. But this foolishness about PNM and UNC, and the facts are PNM leave this country to drown. Only their friends and financiers get everything. Here is the latest. Balize House. Play the clip for me, producer.
We are not going to be disclosing our public finances. We have never disclosed our public finances.
Behind the secret walls of Balize House, who paid for it? For decades, one building stood at the political center of the People's National Movement, Lizzie's house. Do you remember what it looked like before 2015? Here's a photo taken in 2013. A modest headquarters, but nothing close to what would come next. After the PNM won the 2015 election victory, plans were unveiled for a transformation. Not just a renovation, but a major expansion. In 2018, senior PNM officials announced the renovation of the existing building, and a new 5-story building would rise beside the historic headquarters. The estimated cost of the original building, this one, was between $12.5 million to $25 million, according to the party deputy leader, Rohan Sinnan, who was also the Minister of Works and Transport. Is this how Rohan Sinnan gave paving works? But remember, this is only the original building. But look at what is next to it. This is a monstrous 5-story structure with pavement car park. When you look at the numbers and compare them to modern construction costs, some estimates suggest the new 5-story structure alone exceeds $100 million. The burning question is, how did they pay for this? According to Rohan Sinnan and Dr. Rowley, they insisted the project would be funded through boat cruises, cooler fits, and raffles. Is this how they paid for it? In excess of $100 million and counting? Did they receive these funds from raffles, from party members, or was it true contractor kickbacks and the underground drug trade of some of their financiers? In January 2024, the refurbished Balizi House reopened with a ceremony. When the media asked Dr. Rowley about the total cost, the former Prime Minister had this to say.
We are not going to be disclosing our public finances. We went at the pace at which we had our funding, and now we are at roof stage, and I think we are in sight of completion this year.
So the question remains, who funded these buildings? Was it loyal party members and small donations, as the party insists? Or were there larger benefactors behind the scenes? Contractors who rely on state contracts. Contractors hoping to stay in government good books, or figures operating in the shadows of Trinidad's underground drug economy? Could it be a drug mogul with money to clean? A wealthy businessman from the hills of Santa Cruz? A businessman tied to popular venues in Changramas? A businessman who made hundreds of millions in paving? And here's the irony. This is where it gets worst. After the 2025 general election, when they lost elections, all works have been stopped on the 5-story building. Not a worker in sight, not a piece of equipment being operated. Is it that the contractors who were funding this project no longer getting state contracts? Where's the monies from the Ruffles fattened party members to complete the building? The time has come to follow the money. The contractors and businessmen who funded the corrupted Balizi House with dirty money are going to be exposed.
So, listen, I showed it to you all, okay? That was the UNC. Then Trinidad and Tobago would have been in an uproar because there are a bunch of hypocrites in our country. How that building was built. At best, if they say they have over 100,000 members, at best, let's say every member was given $500 per month. For how much years?
5 years.
Let's say 5 years. How much we would have gotten?
I'm doing the maths.
So that is 6,000 by, let's say 100,000, 200 members.
So that's 6,000.
Right?
How much members? 100,000.
Yeah, 100,000, 200.
But no, PNM, they know 500.
But I'm just telling you,
Raffle was like 20.
I am just telling you because they spend over 100 million.
$20.
Boy, put 500 now. We want to be generous. Put $500 per month, 6,000 every member gave towards this beautiful Ephesus. Yeah? By 100,000. That is 600 That's what, 600 million? Is it going to be? Where the rest of the money come from? They want to ask our Prime Minister where the money coming from, where this has come from. They probably want to know what color she underwear is and what everything. But they're not studying themselves. A set of bandits, Alibaba and the thieves along with them. I am so displeased because everything our Prime Minister do, it doesn't matter what it is, they have a problem. They criticizing. She gone abroad to make better for Trinidad and Tobago. The penniless woman want to find out what she gone, what she bring back, what she come back with. It's none of your business. You don't deserve to know nothing. We're doing the work and we are turning around this society. Our Prime Minister together with our ministers are doing what is necessary to make people's life better. Tell us where the money came from to build the Balize. The Prime Minister went and said, it is drug money. Everybody, that is how Dr. Keith Rowley come up to talk, but she's a jammet. Unless she could prove. What she have to prove? Did you all ever prove anything but take what all they had to take, walk over the citizens' face, give them vaccine to kill them, do whatever all they had to do? All they wanted, all they was giving anybody any information? Any information? Leave our Prime Minister alone. And I am sending this message to my Prime Minister. Don't take on them stupid people. They're foolish. And plenty don't like to hear me talk this. But if it fall in your garden, water it. If it fall in your garden, water it. Don't come and tell me nothing, whether it's from the church arena or not. I don't want to hear anything because all you a bunch of biased people. All you vex I support the UNC. All you vex I talking about the PNM. But what it is all you doing, you shouldn't vex that I talk about the PNM and their wicked leadership and what they have done in this country. Look at that building. Who they build it for? Who that for? Their financiers? What it is they're going to do inside there? Go and plan how to bring down the country more. Go and plan how to come up with propaganda to win the next election. That is what it is for. And you all mad because the Prime Minister said she have proof that it is the narcotics that help build all your headquarters. I would say one thing, our Prime Minister don't say things that she don't know about. She's not like what? The email gate describer. The person who came up with the email gate. She's not like that. She brings facts to us. And when we deny it, in months or a year to come, you're going to hear about it. You understand? You all need to start thinking. You all need to start thinking everything that the UNC government has been doing is a problem for the PNM leadership. It doesn't matter what it is. And all you leave the country in crime. Listen, just now it's going to be a year since the UNC government is in power. And the amount of things I keep saying, I'm going to come here and just itemize all the things that has been done from the time they took office until present. And it's coming. I'm going to do it before we reach the month of April. Yes? Because you all, like you have short memory. You all forget how badly wounded you was. But according to my co-host at some point in time, you all were trained to be dysfunctional. You get so accustomed to dysfunction situation under the PNM that it becomes normal. And now that the UNC is turning the economy around, are putting things in place for your betterment, it is unfamiliar. That don't make sense because all you're accustomed going to the hospital and have no bed to lie down on the ground. All you're accustomed with people shooting down one another, crime every minute of the day, some bullet flying somewhere. So to get things in a different perspective, that too good for you all. A decade, oh my God, you all seasoned to having it the way it used to be. But it cannot stay that way. You all get so accustomed to being lawless. accustomed to lawlessness, that making the change with the fines and whatever, everybody was so disturbed. And I understand for some people it was chaotic because you're accustomed with your lawlessness, you're accustomed driving your vehicle unfit for the nation road, and now this government coming to put some order to ensure that we have less accidents, less life being lost on the nation road, because you all have unfit vehicles for the road causing accidents, driving fast and have unfit vehicles causing accidents, killing people. We want to put a stop to that. You all vex. You all complaining. You wouldn't forget what was done. Well, don't forget. Keep remembering, because you all don't have a good memory anyhow. It has last for 9 days, yeah? It has last for 9 days. So as the UNC continue to do what has to be done to turn this nation around, to have decent citizens, and also to put things in place for law-abiding citizens, all you keep looking on. Keep looking on. Look at that. Tell us, let PNM, what we have to start asking. Let PNM tell us where they get the money to build that building. Let them tell us. And he would talk about what? He's not disclosing their public funds. Well, he said it right. It's public funds. We need to know about it. Where you get over $100 million to build that? There is a clip somewhere wrong where their own member, Tashara, was saying the same thing. Where they get, and she was talking about 50 million, not over 100 million. All is a bunch of crazy people. All you need to be baptized with blood, sugar, salt, and then water. All you need to be baptized. Something is wrong with the mental of these people who say they support the PNM and want to criticize what the UNC is doing. The UNC is making a change in this economy. And whilst I'm at that, before my co-host come on, I must say thank you to the Shoguners Corporation. It's last week I spoke about the savannah where I just go and exercise. Boy, when I went back the next 2 days, I see the cutting it. We used to have problem with our garbage being picked up. Every Tuesday, our garbage is being picked up. It's being picked up. Things is happening slowly but surely. We want to criticize and we want to knock down. And who talking about calling election? All you, that and the devil, all you wouldn't see. Because not even the devil want to be around all you. Which election calling? It will call in the time it's supposed to be called. It ain't gonna happen like how, what they call him? Small pen? Young? Whatever, as how he get vexed and call it. It ain't happening like that. It will happen when the time is allotted for it to be called. So let's sit down there and suck it up, because we are going to make a difference in this country through our honorable Prime Minister, who is working beyond, way beyond her. I mean, she is working for us. This woman is killing herself out to make the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago comfortable and happy, and all you have no thanks. No thanks whatsoever. But don't worry, all you will have to turn around and thank her for making a difference in this country. My darling co-host.
Well, I was prepared to sit in the audience with my popcorn, because you're on fire tonight, Esther. Um, I don't understand. Keith Rowley does emerge from his cave and he's want to sit down and have these media conferences. And I don't understand it because he wasn't so thrilled about talking to the media when he was the prime minister. All you remember how he used to talk to the media? All you remember how he used to talk to us? Like we were little miscreants running about. But it seems as though he just come out to do damage control, right? Whenever something popped up. So the Prime Minister revealed in Parliament that she has it on good authority that Balize House was built with drug money, right? Which is what a lot of people have been speculating over the years. But also, there was a report in international news that a persons of interest list has been compiled, which is made up predominantly of Caribbean politicians who have connections to the drug trade. And Kamala Prasad Bisesa herself, during her recent trip to the US, has also received a persons of interest list that is specific to Trinidad and Tobago. Is this why he is coming out to do damage control? Is this why he is appearing because he is scared? Is this why he now wants to say something and cause a distraction and call our prime minister a jamet? That seems like projection to me, right? And this is what I don't miss at all about Keith Rowley being prime minister, because he was such a lewd, arrogant, boisterous, terrible type of leader, right? And he cannot make a point without insulting another human being. And I don't like that at all, right? But that is besides the point. It will be interesting to find out who are the persons of interest who have been identified, because we have been saying for years that Trinidad and Tobago is a narco trafficking hub, or it used to be, right? And there were people who were getting rich by doing illicit activity. And all of a sudden, you're seeing businesses closing up, right? Because that business, that enterprise has been snuffed out. It is being strangled, right? Because we have this very important coalition that we have with Latin America and the US, right? And when people talk about why it was important for us to have this coalition, right? The proclamation actually details what it is supposed to do. And I believe I sent her a clip to the producer about the proclamation of the coalition. Do you have that for me?
They keep saying the Prime Minister must do this, the Prime Minister must do that, the Prime Minister must do
No,
this,
not that
must.
clip.
You cannot tell me what I must do. It's all
Well, I'm glad you played that. I
Welcome
wasn't
to the new
referring to that
Trinidad
clip.
and Tobago
No, not
online
that one.
arrival and departure card.
Nope, not that one. It's the last one I put in the chat. But I'm glad that the Prime Minister answered Penny, right? When she said, "You can't tell me what to do," right? Her mandate is to the people. She said she listens and she asks for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. I hope we will get that clip eventually, because it's very important what the proclamation details, that what it's supposed to do in terms of curbing the drug trade in Trinidad and Tobago. But getting back to Keith Rowley, right? This is why he has had to come out to do damage control. There is a lot of spotlight that is on the PNM right now that is exposing the lies, that is exposing how corrupt this organization is, that was posing as a political party, when in truth and in fact it really was this cover for people who had a lot of money to do a lot of wrong, right? So I hope that he will just go away. And I hope that whatever news that is forthcoming in terms of it coming to light, the persons who are part of this syndicate almost, that it would shut him up for once and for all, because we are so tired. We are so tired of him, you know, and they don't want to disclose their finances. But that is supposed to be part of how a political party operates in Trinidad and Tobago. You're supposed to be able to say who is giving you money and whatnot, and you're deceiving the public saying that PNM people who never have money because you did nothing for them, we are supposed to believe that they are the ones who financed that $100 million building. We are not fools. As Esther said, we are not fools. But yes, I have more things to talk about. Da, 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 da. But we will get back to it, because that is the good news. And I don't want to talk about good news right now. We'd leave that more to the end of the program. But we have to remember. Oh, here we go. You can play that, Mr. Producer.
matter. The proclamation signed on March 7th makes this very clear. What it is we all agree to, all these nations in the hemisphere. One, criminal cartels and foreign terrorist organizations in our hemisphere, Western Hemisphere, must be fully dismantled. Two, the USA and its allies, including TNT, will coordinate to deprive these organizations deprive them of financing, resources, and territory. Because they come and they build territories in our states and our nations. Three, we will partner nation militaries to be trained and mobilized to dismantle cartel networks and prevent the export of violence. And four, this hemisphere, we pledge to stand together to keep malign external influences from destabilizing our country and the region.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so that is why this coalition is very, very important. And it also seems why the PNM is so against it as well. Because the persons that would have benefited when there was no rule of law, when the PNM did not do anything about crime for the last 10 years, they cannot run their business as usual anymore, seeing that there are eyes now on the Caribbean region, in our waters, what is coming in and out. And it is very, very important. So I'm glad that we were able to get that clip. Let us not forget what our country was reduced to under the PNM, right? We had the UK recently having to send back quote unquote refugees to, to our country because under PNM people were doing illicit activity and then they would run to the UK right before the police catch them and claim asylum. And this is why we lost our visa free privileges with the UK. All of these things happened. Let us not forget all of these things happened uh, under the PNM, and it is time for us to stand with Kamala Prasad Bisesa as she takes our country back. And we are taking our country back. We are taking our safety back, and we are making this place a place where people could live, a place where people could thrive, a place where you could be safe and you could go out and do your exercise, whether you want to go early in the morning or you want to go late at night, that you are safe, right? And I, for one, stand with her. So back to you, Esther.
Well, I would say, indeed, what you are saying is so timely, right? We want, for too long, we have been in this country and cannot live our life freely. We cannot move freely, always having to be looking over your shoulders, always having to be wondering, you know, when you see somebody walking on the street, if that is a bandit, if that is you know, someone coming to steal, whatever. And listen, we don't like to hear this, majority of the time, it is our African descent persons, people, that makes you feel uncomfortable because of where and how they are brought up. But when you look, the former Prime Minister and his cabinet ministers, all of them are African, majority of them, African descent. And their behavior is so notorious. When you look at come on, they call it white collar crime, right? Look at that building, and you are saying to the nation that you are not going to let us know where that money come from. You are not going to disclose. Let that had been the Prime Minister of the United National Congress Party. Remember some years ago, I think it was under Manning, when they talk about the house she living in. And the woman came to Parliament with receipts. Now, she ain't no dunce. She ain't no small fry. She study hard. She's an attorney. Her husband is a doctor. And she have family in high places as well. They work hard for what they have. But they were accusing her of taking money from government, from the public purse to build her house. All right? But Keith Rowley and they are the ones, You see, when you do something, when you just do certain things, you accuse people of the same behavior. Go and check out the mansion he have in Tobago. That's what he need to look at. Don't talk about other people. Don't come and call our Prime Minister a Jamet because she's not a Jamet. Then you're calling all of us women around her a Jamet too. Because we are with her, we support her, we believe in her after God. So we are Jamets too. You need to really call yourself. What I really want to say, I can't say it here. I can't say it because they may send me they may send a police officer at my door. Well, that's if they could find me. Because nobody knows where I am right now. And I want to say this, this country is in such, the people, not the country, the mental of the people is so low. Hadassa. People are still operating as though the PNM is in power. And I mean, that might be so, because even though we won the election under the UNC, the PNM is still doing things in those ministries to undermine what this government wants to do, to make us look bad. There are still PNM people in these government ministries who are trying to make the UNC government look bad. But I'm telling you all need to buck up, because soon and very soon we're going to hit a year. And when you hit a child, a baby hit a year, most times they start to walk. Sometimes they're still creeping. Sometimes they're still saying one or two little words. But after a year, things have changed. I'm telling you, I am seeing the environment being cleaned up. I told one young man, now I've sent a few young people to the corporations. I said, listen, go to the corporation. I don't have money to give you. Go to the corporation. Tell them you want a job. So yesterday I told a young man, I said, go to the corporation. They're hiring people, man. They want people to clean up the place. CPEP is no longer, because everybody, CPEP coming. CPEP is not coming back. Go to the corporation. The corporation is there to hire you all to clean, to cut the grass and to do whatever that has to be done. You know what the young man told me? He said he not into working for 5 and 6 hours a day. I said, so what you into? What they was accustomed to? What all he was accustomed to 1 hour? I said, okay. And how much pay you used to get for that? $25 an hour? So $25 for the day. So this is the laziness that the PNM has encouraged. Even the young people. You go out, you're supposed to work 5, 6, 7 hours. You work 1 hour, but you want a day's pay. Isn't that the lawlessness that our Prime Minister is trying and other ministers is trying to get away from our people? You as a young person trying to tell me you want to go out there and work for 1 hour and get a day's work pay? That is what the PNM has brought us to. The people are so lawless and you can see it in them. They don't want to work for money. It's a bunch of lazy people. This is why it's easy for them to take up a gun and to come and rob you, come in your house and vandalize your place and kill you. This is the result of having PNM in power for the number of years they have been in power. Thank God Almighty, we are free from that. We're not free from the mentality of the people, but we're free from that laziness that the PNM has endorsed in the people, especially the African people. They don't like me to say this, but it is the truth. And the scripture said the truth does offend. We need to rise up. We need to come out of the slumber, that slumberness of laziness. We need to come out of it. We cannot survive with wanting to work for 1 hour and get paid for 6 and 7 hours. That is something now and again. I mean, rainfall and you didn't get to work, we can understand that. But you have a duty. And this is not only for government, this is for citizens who are not in the government. You all have to start thinking different, not the way that the PNM taught you to think. And always stop being fooled by these clever, non-cyclical people that is in the opposition, Stop being fooled by their foolish talk. They are setting you all up to fall even harder than you all have already fell. Because they cared nothing about you all for the last 10 years. The same penniless who have been talking and talking and want our Prime Minister to answer. Where was she? Where was her voice? She was silent. All of a sudden, there is an outrage for answers, and the Prime Minister must say, and the Prime Minister must answer. Who is you for the Prime Minister to answer to you? This is why she said what she said. She is not answerable to you. She is answerable to the people who voted her there, who put her there to manage and to run this country and to bring the economy back to a level that people can live comfortably. You all just fasten out a place. And I fed up with hearing Keith Rowley mouth. It's time he shut up and go to another country. Go and enjoy yourself now. Your pocket in full of money. Or go see about your goats and your animal. You like to plant. You used to show off how your crop come in and your goat. Go see about them thing. Put 2 cork in your ears, so you don't have to hear anything. And go your way. Go your way with your family if they want you around them. Because you seem as, one of those people, producers, when they get old and you're just fed up with them and you really just wish you could throw them in the back in a little hole and leave them there. That is how he seemed to be. A miserable man. Everything that you do wrong have to come back and haunt you because you allow too much of our citizens to cry. You put nothing in place for the poor man. You wanted the rich to get richer. That's what you wanted. You didn't want the poor people to come out of their poverty. You didn't want to help them to become somebody in society. And now we have a Prime Minister who wants that for the citizen, whether he is African, Indian, Chinese, whatever race you're from. All you only talking because all you don't like that. Crime is a business for you all. Crime is a business for the PNM. They like it so. They like that. They don't want the people to live a better life. You don't want our African children to excel. They must become, reliant on all the time for a CPEP work and a URP work. Cleaning filth all the time. That is what you all want. So you will never go the length and the distance to ensure that our African children are properly educated. And then what? We want to blame the Indian community? No, we are not supposed to do that. Those of us who have sense, get up and get our children and teach them. Tell them the importance of learning and having a degree behind their name. That is what we need to do. Stop talking all your foolishness. We want to know where the money come from to build the Balize house. Because I'm sure it wasn't Balize that all you went picking and sell to make the money. I'm sure it wasn't the raffle. That could not come up to that amount of money. Where the money come from? Tell Trinidad and Tobago that. If it was the UNC, that talk wasn't going to done. So we would keep it floating. Where the money come from to build our Balize house? Yeah, that's what we want to know. I am so tired of the facts, of all the lies that has been established under the PNM. And I was saying to someone just recently, they talk about the Indians like to thief and the UNC thief and the UNC thief. Well, who taught them to thief if they thief? Wasn't it the PNM? Who have been there thieving all along? From since inception. Who taught them to thief? It has always been the PNM thieving. All you forget all of that? All you forget who was the real thief? All you want to talk about the UNC thieving. We are all citizens of this country, and we have to change our mindset. And we have to work along with this government. This government under our Honorable Prime Minister, Kamala Persad-Bissessar, will take us to a place. She's taking us in a different direction. And we need to go in a different direction. We can't continue how we have been going. If we continue that way, it makes no sense. The reason that you all voted the PNM out and vote in the UNC is because you wanted a new direction. You didn't want to go down the same road that was going down under the PNM. So all you don't expect change, all you want change, and yet all you doesn't want change. when things start to happen, when the change start to be implemented, all your vex. What all your vex for? Take a good ride on the boat now, man. The sea might be a little rough, but it will smoothen off just now. Them wave go smoothen off. It wouldn't be rocking as it rocking right now. We know. We have been there for 10 years. Do we want to go back there? No, we don't want to. So the changes are necessary that is being made for a better nation, a better country, a better people. We have to go through the change. It cannot be the same old thing as it was before. Then what? Then we should have left the PNM there. All you was complaining. All you still complaining. So not even God could please all you. So let's wake up and let the PNM leaders tell us where they get the money to build the Balize house. It is important that we know. He said he not disclosing the public funds for it's public funds. But we want to know. All you are offended by what the Prime Minister said. She have a list. And you all are offended because maybe your name will be calling. So you don't want that to happen. So all you're coming out and saying all kind of foolishness. But wait, time will tell. What in the dark must come to light. Trinidad and Tobago citizens, wake up. There was too much wrong that has gone wrong. Too many things has gone wrong under the PNM. Too many things. And when you talk out, they're ready to victimize you. Too many things. Hadassa could talk about it with her father. She gave us a session at time and she talked about it. I could talk about it. Once you talk out against the PNM and the nonsense that they're doing, I mean, it wasn't the former regime that dealt with her father, but it was under the PNM. The PNM is a cultish organization, a victimizing set of people. You can't say anything. Don't talk about that former education minister. She gets under my skin, the nonsense she just be talking sometimes. This, you know, to me, the masses of the people in leadership in PNM are very disrespectful people. What kind of young people we expect to bring up? If they're so disrespectful, they have no respect for elders, they have no respect for people in authority, and you don't, very rare you hear somebody in the UNC talk like that. When they do, it's because the PNM started.
Yeah.
And they're not stupid. They're not stupid, so they're going to respond to you all. The PNM always have the most disrespectful, nasty words to say about the Prime Minister and her team. They always have the words to say. And Gatsby Dolly, and they feel they alone have words, evil, wicked words to come out of their mouth against other people. But time will tell.
Indeed. I just find Keith Rowley have real cojones, as the Spanish say, to come out and to be hauling accusations at our Prime Minister, right? When he literally had a cabinet minister in his government, Mr. Adrian Leons. He was the MP for Laventille West, I believe, right? And he was under investigation in the UK for doing business with an illegal businessman there, which is also tied to why we got our visa privileges revoked as well. He has real balls to be talking about anything. I don't know if this is a pot calling kettle black or whatever the issue is, but he sat down and he overseed corruption in his government and did nothing about it and left us to fend for ourselves, and now he has everything to say, which is what I don't understand. Because if he was the type of politician that was easygoing and always communicate with the media, I would not find his behavior now to be so strange. But he's behaving like somebody who is guilty. He is behaving like somebody who is paranoid, like he has something to hide. Why it is all of a sudden you need to have a press conference every 2 weeks with the media, 1 hour long? What kind of behavior is that? I don't understand it. But anyways, enough of Keith Rowley. He's just be getting on my nerves. Like I said, he like herpes. He just would not go away. But I have good news for the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and this is my favorite segment. I love to give everybody good news. So first up, um, the PNM again had the audacity to ask the Prime Minister about the $430 million that was recently withdrawn from the Heritage and Stabilization Fund, also known as the HSF. And I am like, this is so laughable because y'all have $3 billion missing that y'all still need to talk to Colin Imbert about, right? But at least we know under the UNC, we know the Children's Hospital getting reopened. We know the UE South campus is going to be reopened soon. We know the children got their laptops, and we know that public servants going and get their pay increases and back pay and all kind of things. So we could say we could account for the money that is being used. You can't say that on the PNM. And yet still, even with money withdrawn, our HSF fund has grown from $6.4 billion to $6.6 billion, right? So in 10 short months, while the PNM left us with a very depleted HSF fund, the UNT administration under Kamala Prasad Bisesa and Minister Tanku has already added to the fund. You can imagine what it's going to look like in 5 years, right? And as Marshall say, that's get them performance because that is what I voted for, right? So that's one piece of good news. I'm really happy to report about that. Secondly, um, another thing that the PNM could not get over the finish line, but they always like to say, well, we started it. While the world surged ahead, we were still forcing travelers to use paper arrival and departure forms. That is a thing of the past. And the UNC government under Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander and Minister of Public Administration and AI Dominic Smith has managed to do this in 10 quick short months. You remember what it was like when you was traveling at the airport? You had to fill out this thing, or you do it before, or on the plane they would pass it out. And I was like, why are we still in the Stone Age? But thank you to our new administration, we'll be able to get that done. I do have a video if they could play that to let everybody know, please.
Welcome to the new Trinidad and Tobago online arrival and departure card platform. All passengers arriving in and departing Trinidad and Tobago via air or sea will be required to complete and submit an online arrival and departure card. This highly anticipated platform modernizes travel for visitors and returning nationals, allowing for the creation and completion of both arrival and departure cards online. Simply follow the steps on the website, submit all required information, and save your receipt. Using the new Trinidad and Tobago arrival and departure card platform is quick, simple, and convenient, and will enhance the travel experience by improving the ease with which passengers transit through our air and seaports. All passengers must complete the online immigration and customs card. You will have access to the portal 72 hours before your arrival and departure. You must save the immigration and customs receipt after completion. You will receive a confirmation email containing your receipt. Print or download the receipt to your device. Using the online arrival and departure card greatly enhances your travel experience and provides you the convenience of smoothly transiting our ports. Each passenger must have the following: valid email address, flight information, valid passport, copy of passport biodata page in JPEG or PNG.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, so this is where we're at now. And under Dominic Smith and with AI transformation and technology, we are really hurtling forward and moving ahead in a way that the PNM seemed very reluctant to do. And I'm very happy for that. And finally, there's just one more thing. Recently, the Senate passed the law revision bill, officially bringing our nation's laws online. So Minister Saddam Hussein championed this massive upgrade, permanently ending the extremely expensive practice of printing legal volumes by making our laws digitally official, this brilliant move directly saves taxpayers millions of dollars while delivering modern instant access for all citizens. And this is great news. And I have always wondered why it was not done before. And I call me a conspiracy theorist or whatnot, but I truly believe that the PNM wanted to keep the masses uneducated and ignorant, because why were our laws not available online before? Why was it so hard to access the laws, to understand our rights and the things that we are entitled to? But that's now a thing of the past. And again, another win under the Kamala Prasad Pisasa led administration. Back to you, Esther.
Exactly. The thing about it, Hadassa, since I was a young child going to school, under the PNM, they used to have what you call book grants, right? They do certain things, but it's always with an agenda for them to profit more than anything else. Now they give book grants for school. Your family, in some cases, your parents take it and they never bought a book. They knew why they do what they did. Under Kamala Prasad Bisesa, you know what she would do? She put the books in the school, and her intent was to put the books online, right? And then you have the laptops. It's not a matter of giving you the money, it's giving you the necessities, the things that you need to study. So even if you have a drunkard father, abusive, mother, whatever, at least you still have the opportunity. Because when we got the check in my days, they changed it and they didn't have to buy your books with it. All right?
No.
So you still end up in a situation where you may not still have the equipments and the necessary books to study. But under this administration, they would ensure that you have the books. Now that you just talk about the law being online, so you can go online. You have the books at the school, they're going to put it online as well. Listen, under the government of the UNC, they think they use their upstairs. The government of the PNM, we're not saying they never did anything, but it makes you, there's a lot to be desired when they do things. It's always about filling somebody's pocket. Just imagine, they stop the laptop. They stop the books in the school to bring back books in the bookstore for parents to pay thousands of dollars to buy books for their children. Just imagine that. I am grateful and thankful when my last daughter was going
everything
to
is a
high
cartel.
school. I didn't
With
have
the
to
books
spend
and
money
all.
for books. You understand? So people want to talk, but all you got to have the facts. And then they say, we don't have the facts. We're talking about what we know. What we know is what we talk about. The PNM doesn't really care about the citizens of this country. They care about their friends, family, and not even so much of their family. Because you hear their family talk about how they treat them like nobody. Their financiers and their friends. The ones who they knocking grass with and who they kicking ball with. Excuse me. I am so happy for what I am seeing now as we go forward. You are seeing the sidewalks are being cleaned on the roadways. You're seeing all the savannas are starting to be upkept. And then you have, I heard come Imbert and they're talking about when Diego Martin is going to this clean and all the grass high. Don't worry, the grass is going to cut just now. And it will be a continuous maintenance, not like you all, because you all didn't used to maintain a lot of the things.
Yeah, but the Diego
All they
Martin
only want to
Regional
talk about
Corporation
grass.
still under PNM.
Exactly. All they want to talk about only under what is grass. It have many things that they never. The PNM is known for building buildings and putting things here and there and never maintaining. They never maintain whatever they do. They never make provision for maintenance, as a matter of fact. That is be an afterthought. Or the place have to clean, the grass have to cut, the windows have to clean. They never think when PNM is in power, the technicians and the technocrats and all these people, they never think about how you're going forward with maintenance. It's always now for now. They're short-sighted. Right here to here, they never think about down the future. Our Prime Minister, she not short-sighted. She distant-sighted. She goes into the future. This is why I say she have a heart after God. Because she looks into the future. She don't just look right here in front of her. Right? People don't like to hear those things come out my mouth. But it is the truth. And I will continue to speak the truth. Because the truth will set me free. That is what we talk about on a Sunday. The truth, all in the religious arena, a set of haters, a set of liars. But the Bible have scriptures to deal with you all. Tonight is not for that. But I am here, we are here at Real Talk Corner to support you all as citizens, to give you the truth and also to give you information. The Ministry of Transport and Civil Aviation is warning all against unregistered electric scooters, motorcycles without required permits. They are mechanically propelled, so they need to have permits to be on the roadways. I am seeing a lot of the Venezuelans, they're driving these kind of motorbike. It looks like so cute and nice. But they are not registered, and there is no permit for it. Anything happen to them, it is to protect them too. First thing they want to say, the government, this and the government, but this is to protect them. If a car knock them over, they have no permit for riding those things on the road. So I want to thank the ministers who continuously are working to bring laws into place to protect the citizens. The laws is to protect us, you know. We feel the law is to damage us or to do us harm. No. The law is supposed to be there to protect us. We know in the past the laws never protect us. And when the PNM bring laws or legislation, it was never about us. It was only, it wasn't to protect us, as a matter of fact. It was to depress us and frustrate us and to bring us in a position where they suck us clean. They make us work for next to nothing. And then when we work and we get a little pittance, they take it away from us. I hear Penny talking about taxes and more taxes is what this government. Who was taxing the people more than them? Who was taxing the citizens of this country more than the PNM? Let's evaluate and see who was doing that more than any other party government. It was the PNM. And now they're talking. Listen, when sometimes this woman start to talk, I just have to listen. Because I have to listen to make my point, you understand? But the truth is, I just want to not listen to the foolishness coming out of her mouth. I just wonder, they just have this woman called, whatever her name is, I don't really care, referring to our Prime Minister as Mousy. Right? Well, I think I need to
Rhoda Barrett.
Rhoda Barrett. I need to refer to Penny
she gets
as tardy.
a pre-action protocol letter the other day.
Yeah, I know. They should give her more. I would refer to Penny less as tardy, because to me all of them just look like a bunch of retarded people, right? So I go refer to her as tardy. You want to call our Prime Minister Mousy? You make her Mousy. You should watch yourself and see you really looking like the mouse. I saw that recently and I was like, what it is she talking about? Mousy, when I start to read. You're referring to our Prime Minister? She's the Prime Minister of this country, whether you like her or not. Right? And then when we respond to all your foolishness, all you just want to say X, Y, and Z. But no, I would refer to Penny as tardy. That's how she does look, like she tardy. She's look like she tardy. That's it. And I think that suits her more than you're wanting to call our Prime Minister Mousy to save your skin. No, Rhoda need to look at herself and see how she looks before she start pointing finger and talking about other people. All right, so...
No, she should go ahead. They'll sue her into oblivion.
Man, she like it as it is. I think when she was talking about her life, somebody telling her life might be threatened because they are saying whatever she's talking about. UNC ain't coming to kill you. You ain't worth that. You ain't worth nobody taking a knife or a gun shooting you, woman. As far as I could see, I don't know what it is they just be talking about. UNC though is not in the business of killing people. That is the whole point. The truth is, we don't have time to waste with all your foolishness. I know our Prime Minister don't even take all your own. She don't. She's about the business of getting this country ready for the people to be comfortable, for the children of our nation to be comfortable, to be able to learn, to excel in education. That is what our Prime Minister is about. Not like the former and the former who's saying that some have to get rich for the poor to do whatever, who calling all kind of name, who telling you ban your belly, who saying eat provision, who saying you can't get macaroni pie, eat cassava, yam and dasheen. And I mean it's good food, but you can't eat that all the time. I never heard my Prime Minister say that. Yeah, while them eating the best, right? Or they take the crumbs that fall from the table because all these dogs. All you can't see that. Those are leaders who didn't care nothing about you all. But yes, you all look up to them. Drink the Balizé juice and continue to look up to them and see where you all are going to be. But you know what? I'm not worried because soon and very soon, they will change their mind, you know, because when things start to really happen, you know, it does take a while for things to turn around. Nothing happens overnight, right? I know that the people who have sense in this country, they're going to see the good, and they would say it's a good thing that the UNC won the election. It is a good thing. See, let's see that come back. It's so much work that has been done in less than 1 year. And Hadassa, I think next week, God's willing, I'm going to make a very great attempt to just itemize the things that has been done from May 2025 to present. I think I'm going to do that. Our time has gone. I don't know what my co-hosts have to say to you all again, but I think I've said enough.
Great is the UNC. Great is the UNC. Great is the UNC.
Good night, Precious.
Oh my God, great is the UNC.
I think when you were in an abusive relationship for a long time, you become very suspicious of when somebody is treating you well. And I think that is what is happening, a little bit of cognitive dissonance um, among our citizens. But they will get over that. And it was great to
Well,
be on tonight.
okay, people, so I trust that you all had a good evening, and I want to wish you all the best. Be safe. Continue to still be vigilant. Don't let your guards down, okay? There are still criminal activities taking place with the criminal-minded ones. So until next week, those of you who join me on a Sunday morning from 7 to 8, I look forward to seeing you this Sunday as well. We didn't say anything to the Muslim community. I think Friday coming is what you call Eid. Please forgive me. I don't know what they normally would say. But that's what they wish the Muslim community. Good.
Eid al-Fitr.
Say it again.
Eid al-Fitr.
To our Muslim brothers and sisters. Enjoy the holiday and take some rest. I surely would be taking some rest on that particular day. It's going to be a long weekend. I'm grateful for that. I wasn't invited to no celebration, so I have nowhere to go. If I get invitation, I will go. But I didn't get any invitation. All right, so my Muslim brothers and sisters, have a wonderful holiday. Enjoy your ceremonies and whatever you do. And look forward to seeing you all next week, Tuesday. Same time, same place. Goodbye.
Bye.